I didn't know we were recording.
Of course you were.
I'm a busy guy. You're not a busy guy like me. I'm still adjusting
You're looking
everything,
like-
and you're already talking to me about my friggin' shirt. I don't want to wear this shirt. I'm just wearing this shirt.
I look like a UPS delivery guy. You look like
Yeah. Oh.
you look like fucking Zach from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. And you drink out of a straw.
Sippy cup.
Didn't you ever watch Crazy Stupid Love?
No.
Looks like you're sucking on a tiny schwanz.
No, that's,
Little black one.
I mean, that's where I get all
Cheers,
the
brother.
That's where I get all the practice.
We're having a few beers this time.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, yeah. All right, welcome to Bob. We're back.
Oh,
We're back with Chris Ramsay because, well, frankly, he just got more views than he does without me.
Back
So
by
now,
popular demand.
now this is how we do it now. Now this is just the new podcast. I
I'm
don't know what to
officially
tell
the
you.
new co-host.
Yeah. Why not, right? I mean, hey, I didn't need the help, but hey, happy to have it. Fuck me, man. I just finished filming a whole other thing today that'll go up tomorrow. I'm just stressed, and it's my birthday tomorrow,
I know.
which is
Happy
not
birthday! I'll
stressful,
drink to
but
that. Cheers.
Cheers. I feel like I've been on a bender already. I like to ramp up to my birthday.
Yeah, we're gonna. This is gonna go south real quick. This will be the only.
Oh,
this will be the only
can't
podcast with jump cuts.
Yeah.
Like we can't leave it.
100%. Oh man, I am feeling good though.
Yeah?
Yeah, buddy, it's great. How about that supercut of us laughing the other day from the
That was-
last one? That was great.
I think that was better than the entire podcast, to be honest.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Gotta agree for sure.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm wearing green. I don't like
Yeah, I
it.
don't know why you would wear green like that.
I blend right into this thing now. It's like brown and green. How cool am I?
Yeah,
Not
your whole
very.
outfit screams like how do I dress to not get noticed by anyone, including my
Yeah.
wife
Yeah.
or any other woman?
Yeah, she left, and you're not supposed to leave. Like, she said, I'm going out. I said, you can't. She said, I am. And then she's gone.
I'm
That's
seeing
pretty-
other people now.
taking her chances out there, I guess. Well,
This is
fair
something
enough.
you said to me the other week. Is like, if she's cheating on me during self-isolation, like hats off.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
if you can get away with it right now, like
yeah, straight up. If you're cheating on me, now, then I just
fucking laugh track. Oh,
yeah.
so lonely.
I've been using it for my live shows.
Yeah. You're so lonely.
Throwing the booze in there.
The shit that we
works.
do, like literally, there's all these memes about self-isolation and people throwing ping pong balls on pots and pans and shit. But honestly, it does get to a point where you're just doing some dumb shit that like you're doing because out of total boredom.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
What's one thing that you've done that you can think of that you've done just sheer boredom?
Started a podcast.
I second that.
Yeah, and then even lonelier than that, like I've been every time learning how to do audio engineering on this crap to try and make it sound better.
Yeah.
And I just never thought I'd ever care so much about learning how to do audio in my whole life, but now I care.
A lot of guys say
It's the
audio
thing
is
I care
like
about my life.
70% of the video. Like in a lot of videos.
I know.
I don't believe it. I think it's bullshit. I think they're just upset because they're not good at video.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, first rule of video is show, don't tell.
Yeah. First
Like,
rule of
that's
video
what
is
the
like
video's for.
don't need audio. Fuck on.
Yeah, they made silent movies, then they were good. Charlie Chaplin was just fine.
You've never
You
seen a
suck at
movie.
videos.
You've never seen a movie without the visuals, have you? You get radio, but that's second tier. That's nowhere near
No
Hollywood.
one's piling into a cinema to listen to the radio. No, thank you. Let's see some shit on the screen.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my god, so good.
You just lost
When
the
you,
three sound guys watching.
Yeah, yeah, they'll come back. Yeah.
Once they realize every video on YouTube has video.
Yeah, even the things that are just listening to music or whatever still got something up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Fuck. Are you like a big screen kind of guy? Do you like need a big screen? Like when you're traveling, I watch things on my phone. Are you like a laptop? Do you have to have a big thing, or can you?
I mean, if I'm traveling, it's TV. Just because I don't have cable. I haven't had cable for 12 years.
Right.
So I don't remember what commercials are until I go to hotels. And I'm like, holy shit, these are great. Like
Yeah.
I've been in a time capsule this entire time. And then all of a sudden I see these commercials and I'm like blown away. These aren't the commercials that I grew up with where did these come from? There's like, all they are is prescription medication and like, and like automatic like bed mattresses and food. Dude, it's the funniest shit in the world. Like,
that's all they are now.
Yeah.
I haven't watched one in forever. Even at hotels, I don't even think I ever turn on the TV.
That's the
ever.
only reason I turn on TV in a hotel. Well, that and
just so you don't feel lonely talking to yourself.
None of those channels you pay for, am I right? What? Hey, that's another thing. Why do people pay for porn?
I don't know. Even when like Pornhub was like, "Oh, everyone in Italy gets free subscriptions or whatever," I was like, "What's the free?"
Yeah, I'm like,
have I been having sex faster?
Yeah, have I been like dodging ads or something? Like, I've never seen a freaking ad. I've never been once prompted to like sign up to anything without being like totally unrestricted to watching anything on that site.
Well, that makes me think we're not having sex properly, because maybe like I'm only doing maybe what I show my wife is the free version. Maybe there's like a next level I don't know about.
Yeah, it's like
the premium class.
Yeah, we're just gonna do a cream pie compilation tonight, babe. I thought we'd do it.
Apparently,
Yeah, go ahead.
The ads must be on the sides, right? Is that all they're getting rid of? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm too busy to be clicking on ads during that time. Not a good time to bring up an ad. Just saying. I'm not gonna buy I'm not gonna buy a fucking lamp.
Oh shit! No, they do have ads at the beginning. There's always like 4 or 5 seconds at the beginning you got to skip, like a YouTube video.
No, I think that's only on the second video. The first one's a freebie. And I've got more than
I'm never on.
first one.
I'm never on Pornhub. I'm on other sites, maybe less reputable ones. I don't even know.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I had a friend actually. His job, he worked for like Brazzers and like YouPorn and that stuff, and their offices are located in Montreal. And he was a phone representative, and his job was 100% to take phone calls of people canceling their subscriptions, because apparently you can't just cancel it online. You gotta like, and this is done on purpose, right? Because how demeaning is it to be like, I gotta take this phone call, and you have to like sit through the friggin', hit the numbers and like talk to a real person to like cancel a subscription. It's so demeaning. And
never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen. So his job was to talk them out of it. So he's talking them off a ledge. People are like, finally mustered the courage up to to call Pornhub or whatever, and they're like, hey, that's it. I'm gonna cancel my subscription. I'm canceling my subscription today. And his job was like, listen, sir, all right, I know how you feel right now. It's a crazy time, but let me tell you something. If you don't cancel your subscription, we'll give you the next 3 months free. Plus, we'll add a premium. So he's adding all these things, and that was his job. And he would get paid on commission. So his whole entire pay was just having people call and hang up with a better deal.
Oh my god! And so you did this before you started solving puzzles?
No, not me. A friend of mine.
Yeah, no. I know, Chris. I know. Yeah, your friend. Dude, I get it. That's cool.
If I had that cake, I'd still be doing it. You know how easy that is to sell when someone's like calling. You're like, that's the easiest sell in the world. You're already calling Pornhub. You're like, guy, I'll put you on hold for a second, and it's just moaning sounds for 30 seconds. All of a sudden, the guy's hung up and he's in the bathroom.
Dude, that reminds me so much of my buddy. Like same sort of situation. He sent me, I can't remember what I ordered from him, some like steak spice or whatever. Anyways, he sent it to me in a like a cylinder thing that said like dildo depot all over it, and it was a massive like tube. And he calls me when I got it, or I called him, and he was like, how was that? I'm like, well, I don't know, it just came to my door, and I opened the door and a guy handed it to me. And he's like, oh, fuck. He's like, I had to stand in line at the post office for that thing. Like,
you got the worst end of it.
Yeah, 100%. He's like, I was there for 10 minutes. People were looking at this thing, and I was like, and then it just comes right to my door. I don't care at all.
Congratulations.
Like, small laugh.
You played yourself.
Yeah. Played yourself.
That's hilarious.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, we had people, we got to do a vibrator race real quick here. Yeah, we got to do a vibrator race, and I'll even hold it up so you can see this time.
Yes, thank you. I had no clue what was going on in the last vibrator race, and it was upsetting.
This is good. We had people get the lie right out of the gate. We had Hayden M. and Norbert Kulsar. Norbert.
Is his name backwards? It sounds like you're saying the whole thing backwards.
No, because remember last week's that guy stole an R, so he had to put an N in there.
Yeah.
Right? So you got that
Norbert.
Norbert.
Oh yeah, so it's Robert that replaced the N with an R.
I guess.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. I was trying to. Yeah.
You think it's Norb for short?
Oh, for sure. He doesn't short it to Bert. He goes for Norb.
Norb.
Anyways, apparently last week he got the question right also quicker, but I just didn't read that far down in the comments.
Yeah.
So apparently he should have been up, but he's up now. The lie. 2 truths, 1 lie. The lie was I have not known Chris without a beard.
Because obviously
I met him on Wizard Wars.
Yeah, I was born with a beard.
And you had the nice little baby beard.
It was
there
just coming
Wizard
in.
Wars.
Actually, you were post beard like a couple weeks.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone assumed that it wasn't because they're like, oh, when you worked for Illusionist, maybe you sold something there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm not that kind of magician.
Didn't even hear it.
People don't want to buy what I do.
100%.
Yeah.
And ever since I grew a beard, I've changed my identity completely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a different person now. All right,
very manly.
Yeah, it's different.
You command a presence.
It's different now.
Yeah,
it's different now. Beards
make
you different. And everybody who says otherwise can't grow a beard.
That's why I've been saying otherwise, because I can't grow a beard. Get a sweet little goatee, though.
Yeah? Oh, my God. If you had a goatee, dude, with that fit that you're wearing right now, you would look so rapey.
You know what? If I can find the picture, I have a picture of me with a goatee, I'll throw it up. If I find the picture, I did my job right, and you'll love it.
Rapiest vibe ever. All right, let's watch this vibrator.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry. So, Hayden, you're on the left. Norbert, you're on the right. Norbert, you got I just bought a new vibrator for you. So, Norbert, you're in pink. Hayden, you're in the purple. They're randomly assigned, guys, before I race.
That's just upgrading the quality to his podcast here. He's like, oh, you know what? We got a new lens. We got the new vibrator.
All right, twin vibes. And can you see that at all?
You got to move it more. No, other way. Yeah. Yes.
Here we go.
Let me see it.
All right. Let's do a vibrator race. It's not in focus right away, but deal with it. All right.
Oh my God.
Side. Shooting ahead. Purple's way ahead.
Is that the new one? Is that the new one?
Way ahead. Yeah, no, the new one's the pink one. Bucket on the right.
Whoa.
Oh, pink one coming hard on the right side. Right side.
No way. No, there's no way.
Push with the pink one.
Oh
Pink's
my
the winner.
God. That was riveting.
Holy shit.
Dude.
Norbert, you just came out of nowhere.
Was that pun intentional?
Yeah. Norbert, I'm glad you came.
Dude, that is thrilling.
That I gotta hang on. I gotta do a
best
little
content on YouTube, bar none, right now.
I gotta do a little. He's a full vibe behind, full vibrator behind.
Yeah.
And then snakes. Oh baby, sorry if I peaked this mic, guys. I was excited there.
Yeah, same.
At the wire.
Yeah, I might have to change my pants.
That's
after
amazing.
that one. In the front and the back.
Anything's possible when you race vibrators. So Norbert, man, you're gonna get pinned. So say whatever you want. We're pinning you. The champion, this week's champ.
So good.
Feels so good. I'm excited.
I like the vibe of this podcast the most this week. Last week, you know what? We talked about this. Right after we were done the podcast, we were like, it was great. Like, we had fun, and it was good, and it looked great. People loved it. But, like, only towards, like, the last bit of the podcast did we started getting loose. Because you guys got to understand, when Wes and I, or Eric and I, or Eric and I and Wes, and sometimes Alex, when we're hanging out, we get funny. Things happen, and we get funny.
Get naked, get funny, get drinks.
Yeah, 100%. So that's what we wanted this podcast to be, is just like an unfiltered version of me and Wes having a conversation. Last week was a little bit formal.
Yeah.
So we're trying to, obviously.
We're going to mix it up this time. We're going to make it way better. Yeah, this helps. And just... Yeah. And now you get the first one out of the way, right? It's like a girlfriend. Never marry your first girlfriend. Just get that out of the way, trial, and then move on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you want just one for now.
That's right.
Marry early, marry often. That's what my dad used to always say.
I knew a farmer. His was, she got to have good teeth and she has to cook. Those were his two things. Nothing else. All right, nothing else matters but good teeth. She can cook. I get behind that. I mean, a girl with good teeth. You're not gonna. You know what? Good teeth are hard to come by. If you can get a girl with good teeth, there's all likelihood that the rest of it matches the teeth.
Yeah, man. In 1850, they were hard to come by.
They were
for sure.
wooden.
Yeah, yeah. And now they all moved to England or something.
Yeah. That's why nobody's married out in England. Because they can't cook either.
Yeah, I don't know why that's such a cultural thing.
Worst food.
What's that?
Worst food I've ever had in my life. I'm not even gonna. I'm not pulling any punches. Yes, I haven't. Obviously,
Chris,
okay.
you only ever go to Blackpool. That's go to London, man. It's a good time.
That's fair. No,
like,
that's
there's great places.
I hear that English food is great, but the food that I've had in Blackpool, and obviously comments gonna be like, "Hey, mate, Blackpool isn't representative of England." Well, to that I say, too bad, because it's in England, and it's all I've seen.
Yeah.
So you know what? And I've seen it multiple times. It's a fair representation.
Well, the only English people you know are two magicians that have their faces so tattooed that your view of England is so far.
Dude, I went we went to this breakfast place, and it was so fucking gross. Okay, and I only brought Alex there to show him how gross it was because I've been there before. And I was like, "Guy, you gotta try this breakfast. It's unbelievable how gross it is, right?" So we sit down in this place. First of all, there's a guy in the corner hacking out a lung, spitting in his napkin, and I'm not talking like I'm like this, and it's dripping down into his. Like I'm seeing all sorts of shades of green and brown going down in this friggin' napkin. I'm trying to have breakfast. I'm with Doug and my buddy John Steiner and Alex, and small place, little kitchen. And I'm like, yeah, I'll have the works, the house breakfast or whatever, right? So here's it. Now, English people are going to be like, that's normal. Everybody else, you're going to be like, what the fuck? Here's what they put on my plate, okay?
I know it's coming.
Runny eggs. So runny. Yeah. The eggs were so runny, okay, hold on, wait for it. The eggs were so runny. I don't know. They were just runny and clear and gross.
Yeah,
okay?
You really couldn't think of anything there.
I was gonna make a running joke, and I was like, yes, I'll just. So the eggs were runny. A can of cold beans. All right, but here's the thing.
They don't have fire there, Chris. They just crack an egg and throw the beans on.
100%. The beans weren't even cooked, so it wasn't like
the only thing they cooked is the tomato.
No, they were cold tomatoes as well, and they had canned tomatoes, but the beans were just beans in red sauce. It wasn't even like it was just red and beans. And then
you're making me hungry, dude. I love it.
After this, they had the cold canned tomatoes, cold canned mushrooms, slimy ass cold mushrooms on my plate. I'm about to throw up. They had, and then they had like a tater tot, but clearly just microwaved. That was like frozen. And so this is all on my plate. And and like sausages that were like made of blood or something. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
And the coffee
sounds great.
The coffee, I could see through the coffee. That's how like this is the color of my coffee right here. Okay. Worst breakfast of my life. Now I know a lot of you are gonna probably be like, Chris,
Yeah, you're wrong, dude. I've been there a dozen times in England, all over, not just one shithole. And then, and it's great.
So
there's good food there.
I eat like the eggs and toast, and then I'm done. I literally put I can't eat anymore. I couldn't eat it. And I'm not a picky eater, but it's just everything put in my mouth tasted like it's already been in my mouth, but cold. So I'm there, and then John Steiner's trying to be polite. And he goes,
Is that blonde prince
guy?
I love that dude.
Literally a blonde prince.
That dude.
And
he looks like he fell out of a fucking Disney movie as the leading.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the leading man we were looking for last time.
100%. I'm trying to get the focus here. For some reason, my shit's not focusing. Give me a sec. Okay.
It's all good.
All right, so
Steiner.
And then Steiner goes, thank you very much to the chef. And literally, the chef is just a guy, right? And he goes, he's not even a chef, he's a guy. And he does other things in life. So why is this not focusing? Okay, here we go. So he goes, thank you for the food. It was delicious. And the chef's response, this guy, says, of course it was. He doubled down. Okay. Oh, and the best part is that I didn't take the red beans. So I ordered breakfast for me and Alex, and those red beans, I was like, I don't even want the pukey beans. Keep them, right? And she's like, really? And I was like, yeah. And then we're eating, and the wife of the guy is sat in that corner eating 2 servings of red beans. She's having my leftovers for lunch.
Just went like, there you go.
I was like,
so gross.
I left him a big tip because you know what? It's Blackpool, and you know, it probably made their day that like we filled up there. Why isn't this focusing right now?
Yeah, Blackpool is the only third world country inside a different country.
Yeah, that's well put.
Oh man, it looks. Yeah, would you always say Chernobyl and Vegas had a baby?
Yeah,
And
Blackpool,
Blackpool
exactly is like Chernobyl meets Vegas. Like, there's these monolithical like light features down the streets, and they're just covered in bird shit, and it's fucking rainy. And there's, I'm not even joking. Like, I walked down the street. It was like 4 a.m. coming back from the Ruskin, and the Ruskin is exactly what it sounds like. Period. You hear the word, you're like, oh, I've been there. So that's the Ruskin. And then we walk in like this. Obviously, it's raining or like it's just no. You know what? It's just wet. It's not even raining, but you go outside and you're wet. There's no rain falling and you're wet. And I hear this girl go, "Oi, I'll suck you off for 20 quid," like that, right? And I immediately turn around. I'm like, "Make it 10." And she goes, "Fuck you," like this, right? And I'm like, hey, if you have no business acumen and you're not down to bargain, what kind of business are you actually running? And she got so
that's
offended.
what I'm saying.
And I was offended.
You try to cheat her legitimately, right? You try to respect her as a businesswoman.
Yeah, I was
and
just
she got mad at you.
It was a counter offer.
That is...
She didn't accept it. I wouldn't have accepted anyways. It would have just been funny.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you were willing to meet at 15, I'm sure.
15's a good price.
That's how you. That's how you get there, right?
Yeah, dude, the characters over there are straight out of, you know what they are? They're like, okay, so you imagine everybody applying for a Guy Ritchie movie, right? And all the people who didn't make it.
Yeah.
They all live
that's
in
a good way to
Blackpool.
put that.
They all live in Blackpool.
My favorite thing though about I like the culture over there that's very like let's have a pint after work kind of thing. Like everyone goes down to the pub, and I can get behind that in a real way.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly, if that was the only thing that they had going, I'd be like, I'm in. Like I
Respectable.
want to go there just because I love that vibe. I don't even have a job, and I would still go to the pub every
entirely
day.
has that vibe. Italy,
That's
Germany. I used to work for this German company, like all formal, German people. And at lunch,
That's where Pornhub's based.
we would have,
That's what you have to call everybody.
we would just be knocking back pints, and they wouldn't drink like darker or heavier beers. They would always light beers, and they would add lemon to them. And I'm thinking, like, I'm here sat beside like a bunch of like representatives and like CEOs of companies, and I'm like, I've had 2 like half liters of beer, right? And I'm like,
That's a liter,
I would
Chris.
not be able to. Yeah, but they come in half liters. I would not be able to drive, and yet they're driving.
Yeah.
And I was like, this wouldn't fly in Canada. And one of the guys is like,
No.
oh, it's because you know what? The beer you're drinking, you got to drink the light beer and put some lemon in it. I'm like, say I get pulled over, and the officer's like, hey, have you been drinking? And I go, oh yeah, but I put a bunch of lemon in them. He's like, oh, be on your way, sir. On your way. I'm very sorry to have stopped you. I'm very embarrassed. Not going to happen.
Yeah. You're allowed to have like empties all in your car as long as you also have a lemon peel.
As long as you have a dozen lemons in you, you're fine.
Yeah.
That was the reasoning, and I got behind it. I was like, yeah, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
The more I had to
sounds
drink, the more it
amazing.
started making sense.
Yeah. Oh, you're on a tear, man. I love it.
podcast
It's
is
so
way
good.
better.
This is what this podcast is about.
Fuck yeah.
I just hearing stories I never heard before. That's some good shit. I like it.
So what's something you hit me up today? So Wes hit me up and he's like, "That next podcast is gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. I'm gonna write stuff down." I haven't literally written a thing down. I haven't thought about it. I just we're just gonna have fun.
Yeah.
So what are the things?
This is
that
what I'm
you've
pissed.
written down?
No.
That's what I want to know.
Well, no. This is go fuck you, Chris Ramsay, because you're the one who told me I got to get my computer in here. There's nothing on here.
Yeah, when you're
And
alone.
And then you're like, oh, you got a microphone. You got to get a microphone, Chris says. Do you have a microphone, Chris? Where's your microphone?
It's right here.
You said you're going to have a mic this time. You said you forgot it last week. Yeah, you don't have a mic. You're an asshole and you're a hypocrite. I wrote some stuff down.
Okay,
I wrote down, defer to Chris for funny story. You know what I wrote down? I wrote down this. This is driving me nuts. all the fucking I don't even know, memes, whatever. I'm seeing a lot of pictures and shit with people being like, dogs are the happiest in the world right now. Look how happy dogs are and all that. And I can't handle that at all, because just run that logic backwards on yourself. Yeah, your dog's so happy right now. Okay. How did it spend the rest of its life? Not good. Like, hey, if you got dogs there, I mean, that's great. When this is all back to normal, spend more time with your dog, because obviously you recognize that it's loving it right now. Like, I don't know, man. It freaks me out. I'm like, your own logic. I know you have a dog, so you're being very quiet right now. You're like,
well, no, I'm just asking myself if that was like the main story, or if you got something better.
No, that's really, it drives me nuts, because I have a lot of friends being like, well, since I'm quarantined, I'm going to get a dog now. That's not the time.
Is that
because
a thing?
You're going to go to work again. Yeah, man. Really? This is why I'm furious. They're going to get these dogs, and their life can't really handle it. That's what I'm talking about. Get a tiger.
They're only like $2,000.
$2,000. I can't believe how cheap they are.
$2,000 according to Joe Exotic. And you know what? You know, that's a good price. And I know that they're well taken care of over at Joe Exotic. So I'm gonna put it in order. Can you imagine what kind of person I would be? What kind of person does it take to get a tiger? You're going to be off your fucking rocker. I'm sorry.
Dude, when I saw that documentary and they're like, yeah, there's 10,000 tigers in captivity. I'm like, not now. Now there's going to be 20.
Yeah.
Because so many people just like,
to tigers,
I could buy
what
a tiger.
Flipper did for dolphins in captivity.
Yeah. And literally, if you would ask anybody before you showed that documentary, how much the tiger cost? Everyone's like, $20,000, $40,000. Yeah. And then now it's like, you can get one for $2,000.
Yeah, everybody's like, that's 2 weeks of pay for me. A tiger?
I could swing it. That's the same as my cell phone. I can make it happen.
I like when they were feeding it like Walmart leftovers.
Oh,
I was
buddy.
like, this is what compels you to want to film this yourself? Like, that blew my mind. That the guy
That's like
documented
someone
everything.
snuck on your property.
Yeah. No, he was like, yeah. Favorite line from that whole series, by the way, if you haven't checked out Tiger King, I mean, probably the best thing on Netflix right now. The best line for me, the one line was, "I will never financially recover from this." I lost my shit. I paused and laughed for 2 minutes. I'm like, that line encompasses exactly that entire show. The guy doesn't go fuck about anyone. The one thing is, I will never financially recover from this. And he was dead serious. He looked right. He was like, I'm fucked.
My favorite is the first husband or whatever just doing his interview with just no shirt on. Like,
it's probably because I've never met a tiger. I've never seen a tiger, so I don't understand. Is what the comments
that could be it. But also, imagine living in a place where it felt like there was no rules. We shoot guns at the lake. We have like exotic animals. You can do whatever you want. No one's gonna judge you here. You can have one leg or no legs or whatever.
Yeah, but like, I would rather be in a place where there wasn't that.
Yeah, it's always Oklahoma.
There's fucking nothing to do.
Yeah.
Right? Other than like dodge tornadoes. But I'm sure like there to be enticed of like, because maybe those people haven't traveled or anything, so they're like, a tiger? You know what I mean? And he's got more than just tigers to offer, by the way. He's got monkeys and gorillas and...
I was just thinking about the people from Oklahoma. They're like, I'm going to get out of here. And then they move somewhere like Nebraska. And then they're like, fuck. They think that the whole world is just like not very exciting.
I don't even know that those are two different places. I'm just going to take your word for it.
Well, one has a musical about it and the other one doesn't. Yeah. That's all I know.
I'm Canadian. So everybody watching right now, please don't take offense to...
Yeah, we're just being ignorant. We don't know.
Yeah, we're just being ignorant Canadians, because the map of the United States to me right now, and you might want to draw this out in post-production, is Florida.
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
You got
You know where New York is. Yeah.
New York. Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, the bottom, I don't even know either. Yeah.
And then everything else.
And then one shiny spot, I just be like, oh, I see the lights of Vegas, and that's all I know.
Oh, Vegas is near California. Other than
Yeah.
that, everything. If you took 19 of those middle states and mixed them up, wouldn't know.
Yeah, one time
Wouldn't know.
I flew down to St. Louis, Missouri because my buddy was going to school there, and then we were going to drive his car back to Vancouver, Canada. And you have to cross, like, I don't even know. It took 50 hours. We had to cross like 7 or 8 states. I don't know. We pulled over one time in the middle of the night because we were driving too long. We sleep on the side of the road. We wake up in the morning. I go outside to take a piss. Mount Rushmore.
Wow.
With Jeff, George, and the boys. And I'm like,
Where's
what?
that even? Where is that?
South Dakota. I would never have known, except we were there.
I've never known that.
And I was like, wow. So then years later, I'm on a train in San Francisco, and these two Americans are standing next to me, and they're like, where's Mount Rushmore again? And they're like, oh, I think it's this. And then I look over, I'm like, it's in South Dakota. They're like, where are you from? I'm like, Canada.
Yeah. Are you a contestant on Jeopardy?
I look so smart. And I was like, yeah, take that. But yeah, it was cool. And I couldn't name all the faces on the mount. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson.
Benjamin Franklin?
Probably. And there's one more that...
Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, I think.
Fuck, I knew it. It was on the tip of my
Drake?
tongue.
No, he's Canadian.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
No.
Yeah.
Steven Seagal.
Oh, man, this is Steven Seagal. I love
Steven
it.
Seagal on that. He's a character, too.
That was one of my favorite bits from Tom Segura 2 or 3 specials ago, talking about, like, Steven Seagal's still a cop. You can get pulled over by Steven Seagal. It's
almost worth committing a crime.
Yeah.
And the height of the crime is debatable. Like, I mean, I would commit a pretty big crime if
I knew
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there was like a legitimate guarantee that Steven Seagal is going to pull me over, I can't say that I wouldn't run over a mailbox or something. I don't know what the line is there.
I think the only thing he polices is if you go around cutting people's ponytails. That's when he's coming after you. That's his only MO.
Ooh,
yeah, he's like, did you just cut that guy's ponytail?
I think he is cultural appropriation before it was a thing.
Totally. But also Under Siege, before we had internet porn, with that chick popping out of the cake with the titties.
I can't say.
Oh.
Striptease was my first experience. Demi Moore just fuck.
Really?
And these things are like,
boom,
they have like, they have the anime jiggle, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's you're like, is that even real? Did they add that in post? Like, how are they?
I think Bruce Willis at the time was like, I want him like my head. And I don't know if that's even accurate time-wise. So good.
Yeah. Demi Moore was fire. Still is.
Oh, man. Yeah, for sure.
People get hung up about plastic surgery when you talk about. I notice that, especially with women.
Yeah.
If you mention like, oh, she's still hot. The first thing is like Jennifer Aniston. They're like, yeah, plastic surgery. I'm like, yeah, love it.
Do some of that.
Love what she's doing with herself right now. Yeah. They're like, yeah, but it's all like fake. Oh, I know. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's great. Like, I don't see the argument to being like, yeah, but if you can picture them without that, they're not so hot. Like, I don't have to. Yeah. They went through a lot of hoops for me not to have to do that.
Well, I mean, learn about yourself. Like, people wear makeup. People grow beards because they have no chin. Like, there's lots of things you do. No, I'm not even. Yeah, it's like not a problem. You're like, I have a problem, and you fixed it, and now you're an attractive dude from a distance.
Yeah, people are like, oh yeah, but the plastic surgery, and I'm like, yeah, that's why they're so good looking. I get it. We're saying the same thing. Yeah. Legitimately, we're saying the same thing, except one of us is horny. You know? It's a great thing. I think it's a great thing. I think plastic surgery is a great thing. I don't even care. I don't even care if it's gone too far. There are a lot of these cases, like on the internet, you can pull up a few pictures of like cases that have gone too far. But you know what? Those people who got it are so confident right now. Yeah. They went from no confidence to I am so beautiful, and I completely appreciate it. I'm like, you know what? You get out there and you live your best life. Like, I'm totally for it. I'm totally 100% for plastic surgery.
Oh man, you just made me.
I don't want it. Maybe I will one day.
Yeah.
But regardless, if anybody else wants it, Hell yes.
Okay,
Go get it.
you literally just made me get my 2 truths, 1 lie for this week. It just come to me because this is
Really?
yeah. So because I was plastic surgery, I'm right in this game. You have no idea. You probably didn't even know. So I've had my ears pinned back. I've had 3 moles cut off my face, and I've had a breast reduction. Those are the 3 this time. Tell me which one's not true. Yeah, it's so good.
I
You
know
don't
one
tell
of
me.
those.
Yeah. I'd probably tell you a story here and there. So yeah.
I know one of those.
But
We'll
yeah,
talk
that's
about that
crazy.
next week.
Yeah, definitely.
If this gets 200 likes, because the 1,000 was apparently
Yeah,
fucking
that was-
overshooting it.
That was a bit overshooting it. I don't even know how many we're at right now. I gotta look right now. So we're recording
Couple
this like
hundred
the same
next
day.
day. The same day.
The same day. It went up today like a couple hours ago. It's killing, by the way. Hey, if you guys are watching this, thank you. And the duration is long. Like, thanks for sticking through it, everybody. You guys are killing it. We're having a good time, so I'm glad you can be a part of it. We have I don't even know, how do you tell? Why do I not know how to use YouTube right now? Nope, I don't know what I'm doing.
Definitely not the time. Definitely not the time to start learning
It's so embarrassing.
during a podcast.
Oh man, shout out to Julie Nolke, just killing
Oh
it.
yeah, smashing it, dude.
Fuck,
Julie is
number 2 on trending.
met her a few years ago at a YouTube thing, and her and her boyfriend Sam were like, they make these funny skits and stuff, and she's number 2 on trending right now, out of nowhere, but highly deserved. I think Julie and Sam deserve so much more recognition than they've been given, and apparently they're getting
Yeah.
it. So I'm
Oh
really
man,
happy
for
them.
sure. And like, not doesn't make a bad thumbnail, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Also, the fact that like this pandemic is giving people opportunities, that's not taboo for me. Who did I talk to? Garcia the other night. And we're like, this pandemic, you have to see as an opportunity. As shitty as that sounds, if you're not directly affected by it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You're obviously in a good place. But if you are
Right.
affected by it, then turn that situation into fucking steam. Like, how do you do that? That's how you have to start thinking. Because there's no amount of staying home being like, can't say that. That's going to change anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So fucking get on your ass and like do something about it. Like people are watching TV more. They're doing this more. They're doing that more. Figure that out, dude.
Well, that's
Anyways,
I was arguing with Eric a little bit the other day because he's like, "Wes, you're putting a lot of effort into your virtual shows. Like, is it going to be worth it in a few months?" I'm like, Eric, no one fucking knows. But what's my other option? Sit around?
Exactly
Like-
my point.
And what if it is worth it? Then at least I'm doing the right thing. If it's not worth
Yep.
it, I go back to what I was doing. Who cares, man? You can't just sit. You got to do
Definitely
something.
seize this time. Like, we're all putting time out right now. Like we're all
Yeah.
on pause, on time out. So just make the best of it.
Yeah.
Really make the best of it. Like, what else is there to do? Complain and like be paranoid?
If you live in an apartment building, have sex with the curtains open, man. Let the neighbors see. I don't even care if you're alone. Like, just be free. I don't know why.
Wes
just
is,
something-
Wes is in the epicenter of like Canadian COVID cases right now. He's
Yeah, I
downtown
am.
Toronto.
And I have so many big windows here. I just look all day. At any given time, you can look out my window and see someone doing something gross
Yeah.
naked in one of these rooms.
Really?
It's crazy. Oh, dude, there's hundreds I can see. It's wild.
His apartment is pretty high up, so you guys have no snow either right now.
No,
We've
nothing.
still
We're
got
sunny.
4 feet of snow. Their snow basically all melted due to the amount of cases that were in the apartment building. That
Everyone had a fever,
melted
it
the
just-
whole- It's scary, man. It's scary. It's scary to see you there because I'm pretty well removed
Yeah.
from like a central city,
Yeah.
north of Montreal, far north. So like,
Well, in your area is like a lot of old people. I think you're going to be king soon. They'll all just be dead.
Yeah, I'm about to inherit a lot of land. That's for sure. But seriously, like I've got nothing to worry about in that respect. But Toronto, New York, especially like Spade living out there in Queens, no less.
Yeah.
Scary,
Yeah.
man. That is a whole different type of scary.
Yeah, I'm not into that at all. I mean, even here, like, I really don't leave that often because I'm really paranoid as shit when I go outside. I just, like, I don't want to touch anything. Like, it's so gross. It's my elevator. I walk every day down 14 flights. Well, not every day. I don't even leave every day. But when I do,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I'm not getting in that box. There's no way.
I've yet to see some really good COVID comedy come out of all this.
Yeah.
There's been a few bits. Norm Macdonald had one just before like lockdown in like one of the New York comedy clubs, and it was pretty funny. Like he got up. I think his line was
not feeling great or something.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, I was gonna make jokes about this coronavirus thing, and everybody's laughing. And he's like, but then I started wasn't feeling good today, so it's
So
hilarious
subtle
because there's
and
people
perfect.
5 feet in front of him who are like, Yeah, I haven't. I mean, obviously, it's not something to joke about, but also it is something to joke about.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Obviously, this is something to joke about. It's comedy has no boundaries when it comes.
Well,
to
that's
that
just
shit,
it. I
so.
mean, I know we're a couple magicians here, but like, it's all. This is everything we say here is just horse shit joking around, so it doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck.
100%, and that's that's the whole point. We watched that Chris D'Elia special last night together.
Yeah.
Synced up on our FaceTimes, and one of the things was, that he said was, here's the reason you shouldn't take what I'm saying seriously. Just joking.
Yeah.
I'm a comedian. Just joking.
I love the bit he did about because like if I'm saying like black guys are the slowest to cross the street, I'm joking. He's like, but like, because we all know they're not.
And he does the face. But like, what's so funny is like that is such a random thing to say.
So good.
And when he said it, I'm sure part of the audience was like, "Yeah, black people are like that."
Yeah.
And he just made it up.
Yeah,
And he just made it up. He's like, just joking.
Yeah,
but that's the whole point, So I think
that's fun.
I can't wait to see some of these great comedians come out with some good Corona material.
Ouch! Sorry, Chris. I know Chris D'Elia watches this podcast, and now he's very hurt because Ramsay just segued from him to a great comedians. So that's fine.
No, but he hasn't done any coronavirus related jokes.
Yeah.
Maybe on his podcast. I don't watch his podcast.
No, me either, but that'd be good. I wonder, should tune into Bill Burr. He'd have all the fucking coronavirus shit right now, I bet you.
He's been paranoid since day one.
I don't listen to his podcast either. Have you been? Is that how
Really?
you know?
I haven't listened to it lately, but I used to listen to it all the time.
That's great.
Yeah.
I always pay good money anytime he comes to town. I'm like, whatever, take my money. I'm seeing you.
Yeah.
You're funny as shit.
This podcast is going to shit when we start mentioning other better podcasts. They're like, so anyways, I'm gonna go watch
so
another
we should really
podcast.
check this out. Yeah. Oh my god.
Hey, is that enough? Do we have enough?
Oh
there?
man, we got plenty. I just I was gonna do. We could do whatever we want, but yeah, we could end it if you want.
What do you got to do that's so important?
Well, nothing. I don't have anywhere to go. I was just gonna
What's
read
on your
some.
screen right now? Just
Accidentally.
read verbatim everything that's on your screen. Just read it. Just read it. Don't even talk about it. Just read it.
Okay. Podcast 6. Bob, bottom barrel. Wes, Chris Ramsay's here. Lie. Known Chris before he had a beard. Stole camera. Saw Chris more than I saw my wife. Oh, I should comment on that, but we won't because you told me not to. New vibes. Vibrator race. Hayden. Norbert. Right. Best of the week. Chris puzzle. Birthday tomorrow. Wife funnier than me. Dogs now. Platform was crazy. That show. Miss the most fitness IG questions. The Nussbert, most stupid, dangerously thing you ever did. For me, it was jumping up a bridge in New Zealand. I wrote. And then I have a childhood saying: asymmetrical hair. All this stuff's good shit.
I think it's better out of context.
Yeah, it probably is. Well,
asymmetrical hair.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my hair is getting very asymmetrical now because I tried to do the cut, right? So now it's getting a little bit, right? But when I was a kid, in fact, until I was 25, asymmetrical didn't make any sense to me. I thought it meant the opposite. I thought it meant you had perfect symmetry because a capital A, to me, is the most symmetrical looking thing.
Oh, I see.
So when someone's like, you're asymmetrical, I'm like, yeah, that's right, motherfucker. Like, I thought it meant like, it's perfect. And I was like 25 before I realized it meant one side's
makes
fucked.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So it really drove me nuts. And that's why I wrote it down because it just bothered me.
Wes also rode the short bus to school. So
Yeah, but buddy, everyone gets to sit in the back of the short bus if you think about it. So.
It's only you.
Yeah. I actually live right down the street. I had to walk every day.
I've always lived so far removed. Like, I've never lived in a city in my life. I've always lived in, like, small towns. So I always had the short bus, right?
Yeah.
Which was just a normal thing because there's only 3 kids that live out there, right? So they'd always pick us up in the short
That's
bus.
so weird.
I never knew that was a thing until I was, like, in my teens when people, like, would mention it. But I just thought, like, we're saving space because we only need this much,
I can't even believe that you were on a bus route. And if that happened where I'm from, they would just be like, yeah, you have to just drive yourself. We're not sending a bus out there for people. Fuck that.
I used to walk to school. I used to walk like couple kilometers to school when I was like
Uphill,
in
both
grade.
ways, on glass, in the snow.
In the 4th grade. No, it wasn't uphill or anything. It was just like literally a kilometer and a half to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about how far we were, too.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. Nowadays, it's like, you know, there's probably a pedophile in every corner of the streets. Like,
My mom was...
Kids are just like, drop them off at
then.
the door. You're like...
My mom, back then, this like in the 90s, I'd look behind me, I'd walk like 500 meters, I'd look behind me, and she'd be in the car and following me, just parked.
Really?
And then I'd walk, she'd drive by, and I was
Dude,
like, lady,
my parents
what?
were like the total opposite. Like, I remember in Germany, when I'd go to school, I had to walk, I was in the 2nd or 3rd grade. I had to walk a solid kilometer, maybe 2 kilometers to school.
Oh.
And I remember walking past like swastika graffitis from like neo-Nazis and stuff. And I still remember those images in my head, thinking like, that probably wasn't safe. But then again, I was a white kid in Germany, so it's probably safe for me. But still, there's some crime that goes on, you know what I mean? And not until I was older did I realize that that probably wasn't a good idea for my parents to do. They honestly didn't give a shit about me.
What year was this?
This was, so if I was in grade 2... I was probably, 7 or 8? So it's probably like 91, 92.
Oh, my God. We when I was in Australia one time, I met this girl, and she was telling me about where she's from in Germany or whatever. And she's like, oh, yeah, we used to be from this part of Germany, but then there was like, it was like a big fence, and then we like sneak across in the night. I'm like, are you talking about the Berlin Wall? She's like, oh, you've heard of it. I'm like,
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, pretty.
I was in Germany when that went down.
Such
My
a
dad
bad
was,
accent.
in the military. Yeah, he was there when that went down. I was there.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was 91.
Yeah, right.
91? Was it 91 or 89?
89. 89.
Was it 89?
89.
I was there.
89. 89. Berlin Wall year. It says 1961, which is not true. That's when it went up. 89. 89. Just like we said, hard cut, November. I have no idea.
Different lifestyle back then, man.
Oh, shit, my audio. Fuck. Okay, I slammed my computer shut, but shut off my audio. Long story. This was great. Thanks for coming back to the bottom of the barrel. Chris Ramsay, he'll be here quite often now because this is way more fun. Let's be honest. We had a good time.
So much fun.
It's great. So thanks for hanging out with us. Questions, Instagram, let's go. Hit them up.
I love that I have to call a taxi to go home now.
That's what you get for having an office. The rest of us just work out of our...
I might just sleep here.
Yeah, we should drink more next time. Let's add one drink every podcast.
I've been on the hard stuff. You drink 1 can of beer. This is my like 2nd or 3rd glass.
I'm trapped in here. You don't understand. I can't go. Anyways... You guys are the greatest. Yeah, so 221 Live, figure it out. And yeah, see you soon. Norbert, I'll pin you. Bye, guys.
That is your real name. Peace. Bye.
Thanks, team.